All right, I'm back real fast. There's a couple discrepancies that I'm having with the Gabby Petito case. One is there's videos out there saying that she was buried. There's videos out there saying she was just laying on the ground. We don't know. For one, the parents. How did they know where Gabby was? I know the police didn't bring the family member, or the FBI didn't bring the family members out there and show the family where the bodies were. Okay? I'm not, something ain't right with this. Now, if it comes out in the autopsy that she was buried, then, or in the forensic reports that she was buried, it don't make sense where the cross was put. The father supposedly said on Dr. Phil that he put the cross there. Well, there was another cross there before that cross. There's two crosses out there. Who was there that filmed that cross in that area? The other cross. Where's the other cross that was out? Now, the father, the stepfather, says he put one of the crosses there and flowers on the grave where her body was found. The exact place where the body was found. Okay, well, I looked at the photo. All right. Here's the photo that they're showing of exactly where she was. Okay. Her body was found in an area. But if you look, well, it's not dug up. If she was buried and a cadaver dog found her, they would have had to dug her up. So that means she wasn't underground, and that might not be the place exactly where the crime scene photos of her, where they found her, might be. Why? Well, because they would have had to show in the family the crime scene photos of Gabby in order for them to know exactly where that she was found, the exact place. Because the family wasn't out there when the police were doing the investigation, or the forensic evidence was out there after they found her. So how would they have known exactly where she was when they went out there? I don't know. From photos, maybe. Is that the exact place? I don't know, because I don't have all the evidence. I don't have all the crime scene photos or the autopsy. So I can't tell if she was buried or just laying on top of the ground. If she was shot, beat to death, choked, burned, who knows? Now, this cross is different than the other cross that is supposedly out there at Gabby's site, where they found the body exactly. I've seen videos out there saying that had 18 stones. Now, whether there's anything to that, I don't know. If you're into that Satan worshiping stuff or psychic stuff or whatever, maybe the numbers do add up. If there was 18 stones, which I counted myself, I thought there was 18 stones. I'm not too bright, but I can count to more than 20. Here's the thing, before they found the body, there could have been people already out there looking. How? Well, they might have seen it over social media. We were at that place. That's where we camped. Or someone that was already camping there could have said, this is the place where they were. And then walked around out there and did whatever. didn't stumble onto the body, but put crosses on. Anything's possible. Anything. So, if that's the exact place where she was found, well, then she wasn't buried. She must have been laying right on top of the ground, maybe covered up with something, maybe a pile of rocks. We don't know, maybe branches. We won't know until the crime scene photos are released to the public and we can actually see, well, there she is, and no, she wasn't buried, or because I don't see no undisturbed dirt around this cross, meaning nobody has dug a body up. So I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb. You can see leaves and all kinds of stuff on the ground, grass. Here's a plant over here. Here's more plants over here. There's no piles of dirt or nothing. So if that's the exact place that she was found, well, then she was found laying right on top of the surface, maybe covered up with something. Who knows? We won't know until the investigation is over with. That's just my opinion. If I was the FBI, I'd be asking about the people that were camping right before Gabby's van that had the big giant red trailer and the pickup truck that was parked in the campground right before Gabby's van camp area was. Now, here's the thing. They could have been camping with them people that were in the red trailer. Okay? And then something happened. They killed her, whatever, and he pulled up further to dump the body. Possible. Anything's possible. Or he could have just been parked there, and the people in the red car trailer that was parked there in the pickup truck might not have knew anything about it. Maybe they heard gunshots if she was killed by a gun. Possible. Possible. But we don't know until the investigation is over with. And I got a hunch there's a bunch of people in it. Is it possible that Brian Laundrie is dead and he's somewhere out there in the woods, or dumped on the side of the road anywhere from there to Florida, or taken? Anything is, it could be another Hoffa thing. I did comment on somebody's channel, which I'm upset right now because I can't comment on her channel because she's doing a members only. So you can see the video, but you can't comment on it. That hurts. I've been watching her channel for a while, but I guess sometimes you got to pay to get the members only. But anyways, I'll live. I'm not worried about it. I hope I live. But anyways. So there's the thing right there, boys. If she was buried, this ain't the spot. If this is the spot, exactly what that bald-headed guy that a lot of people say put a beard on him and a hat, and you got Brian Laundrie. I don't know. Possible. There are videos out there that everybody now is Brian Laundrie. It's the same thing with the bridge guy that was out in Delphi, Indiana, down here. Everybody was the bridge guy. But they're leaving key hints in some of these cases. One of them, the Delphi case, was the police said that this is a very well-known person. We might have already talked to you. You might have already called us and talked to us. And could it have been, I don't know, could it have been somebody on YouTube or on a TV channel or something? An outdoorsman or something like that. Could have been. anything's possible until they give us all the information. So there you go. That's my opinion. If that was the place where they found Gabby and she was buried, that is not the place where they found her, because that's undisturbed dirt, undisturbed ground. You'd be able to tell if she was buried. They would have cleared that whole area and dug up the body, and there would have been pile of remnants of, you would have been able to see that somebody was in the dirt, digging in the dirt. So that's one of my discrepancies. So she must have been found on top of the surface. We don't know yet until we get all the information. Some of these people are asking exactly how are these people getting the information when the FBI hasn't even come out and said, this is where we found the body. Here's the photos. This is the exact area where we found her. You know, there are some people going off about a bunch of red marked places. Now, there are some professional forensic guys and investigators that are saying them are not. They might have been markings of where the scene was, but they're not markings of what people are thinking, crime scene evidence. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I've watched a lot of this forensic stuff, and they just don't mark evidence like that. That'd be contaminating the evidence. So my opinion is that could have been the area, but it's actually them. They're actually not crime scene photos. And if they are, how did them people get them? Usually the forensic evidence, when they leave a site, they clean it. They unmark everything. Why? So there ain't people out there turning it into some shrine, or, that's just the way they are, you know. That is true. Some of these places where these people are killed turn into shrines, flowers there all the time, monuments, stuff like that. So, but I beg to differ on this. There's a lot of reports out there that he buried her. There's a lot of reports out there that she was just found on the surface. There's videos out there saying, good God, there was a fire pit. Maybe he burned the body. Anything's possible. But until we get the crime scene evidence and photos, the real ones, we're only going on what people say. That's it. That's my theory. If them are, how did they come out before the FBI released them? You'll know when the FBI comes out. You'll know when the police are done with the investigation. They'll come out. It'll be just like Sheriff Grady Judd in Florida comes out. Every time he's got his man and the case is done, he shows evidence, proof, holds up photos and stuff. These people did this, that. They are behind bars, and they are being charged with this, and that. Have you seen any police or FBI people come out and say, this is what we have and this is nothing? You haven't seen nothing. These are the crime scene photos of Gabby Petito, and this is what we think happened, and yada yada, with photos and everything. And they haven't. So, them might be markings of the area, but not of evidence. My opinion. And everybody's got their opinion. Am I going to attack anybody for it? If they say have a different opinion? No. Not like I've been attacked. Everybody's got an opinion. It's freedom of speech. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. That is not, if she was buried, that is not the spot where she was buried. And how can I tell? Well, I used to be a landscaper when I was about 16, 17. You know, an area has been turned up, the dirt. Even if it's a shallow grave, you know the ground has been tampered with. And it don't look like the ground was tampered with at all in this photo I'm looking at with the cross and the flowers. That's my opinion. Let me check my chat to make sure if I'm upsetting anybody. No one here. That's good. So, my opinion is either these are false things being put out deliberately. Some of them actually might be crime scene area photos of the area. Okay, but no one knows exactly where Gabby was found except for the FBI agents, or how she was found, or the forensic evidence team, or the investigators. They have all that proof. They have all that proof. And if any of it's been leaked before the police have come out and said this is the crime scene photos, this is what happened, we're going to charge Brian Laundrie with murder. Murder one. And that hasn't happened. Now, how is all this information getting out on social media? Leaks. Yeah, she might have been drugged around by wildlife. Possible. Very possible. She might have been dug up from a bear and drugged somewhere else. She might have been buried somewhere else, and the bear, or even a bobcat. I think they got bobcats out there. People think, oh, it's just a bobcat. A bobcat will kill you in a heartbeat. It'll kill you in a heartbeat. A bobcat. There's even rumors that there's panthers out there. Black panthers that people have got as pets and then got too big and people released them into the mountains and stuff, into the woods. Is it possible? Yeah, anything is possible in the world we live in today. But yeah, anything is possible. So it's possible she was drug out there. It's possible they set up a tent out there and camped, or even didn't even set up a camp. They just walked out there and he killed her. Possible. It could have been. Here's the thing, there was a bunch of barefoot prints out there, okay? The only way to take them prints and find out if they were Gabby's footprints or Brian's is measure them. I'm sure they know what size foot Brian was, and I'm sure they know what size Gabby's was. Now here's the thing. If there's footprints out there and there's only hers and no other gym shoe prints or nothing, then she must have been out there by herself. Here's my scenario. She might have got hurt, or maybe they thought she was dead. Left her there. She woke up and stumbled out there trying to get away. She might have been barefooted. Does that make sense to anybody? It's just a scenario. There's people saying I've seen videos that there's a set of barefoot prints. Were they Gabby's? Well, the foot is just like a fingerprint. It's got indentations on the bottom that where they can tell if them were Gabby's feet or Brian's feet or just a random person that was out there after forensic was out there and someone taking photos. It could have been. They might not have been Gabby's, but you have to check it out. One good thing, it was like clay. It wasn't like mud, it was like clay. So therefore it's a good imprint if they cast it. And they can tell what size it was. If it was Gabby's footprint, they should be able to tell. Yeah, I've seen that video. It does look like a gun. I slowed that video down and blew it up and put it on my big screen, my 73-inch big screen, and hit zoom on the picture and zoomed in on it. And it's definitely, it looks like a book or something, a book, a square shaped book, maybe a journal, maybe a box or something, and then something sitting on top of the box. That could possibly be a weapon. Possibly. I guess there is now rumors out there that Gabby did have a gun or Brian did have a gun. Is it possible they did? Yeah, it's possible. We won't know until the police and the FBI and the autopsies put out whether she was shot, beat, stabbed. We don't know that. We can make assumptions. Yes, I seen that photo and I did blow up the photo, the video, the actual video, and played it in slow-mo, stopped it, and then hit zoom on my big screen TV and it zoomed it, made it bigger so I could see. And yes, the door did close. Now, a lot of people said that was a shadow, but I say no. The shadows were being cast onto the road. That means the sun was behind the camera when the guy came up in the big RV. The sun was behind him, casting shadows onto the ground in front of him. And I thought the same thing, it's a shadow from a tree, until that guy put out the video with better tools that he was using. And once he put it on freeze frame, I stopped the video and then blew it, hit zoom on my big screen TV in it, and it made it even closer. So my opinion is yes, the door closed as the RV came up to the van, probably about 100, maybe 150 feet away from the van. Because you have to remember, there's a giant S curve right there. There's a red trailer and a pickup truck parked on the left side of that video. That's where the S curve starts. And that RV just came up around the first bend. And that's where the guy stopped the video and blew the video up. And you can see the van door open. And as the video, I hit play, slow-mo, and as it played, you can see the van door close. So yes, either Gabby was alive then, or she was dead and somebody was trying to hide the body. I'm under attack by something right now, I think. Also, I'm not sure, but can you see a seat cover on the driver's seat back then? Yes, on the way back from the video of the camper, you can see inside the front of the vehicle. When that camper turns around and comes back, it passes Gabby's van twice. So you can see inside of the van, and you can see that there's a bag sitting on top of a tent, I believe. Okay? A big nylon bag. Either it's a tent or it's a sleeping bag or something. Yeah, I think the seat cover in that video. Let me pull that up real quick. Now I can't play too much of this video because they'll strike me. How are you supposed to be a YouTube investigator if you can't use investigating tools and videos that people put out, and it all it does is get people to be more interested in other people's videos. But so I'm on WLA channel or whatever.
On August 27th, 2020. And we were going to stop and say hi.
Okay, here's the thing. They're coming up to where the red trailer is.
A white van that had floor.
They're starting the S curve.
We were going to stop and say hi.
Here's the
Florida too, but the van was completely.
Here's the red trailer back there.
So we decided to continue.
Can you guys see it? There's a red carved trailer, looks like. Horse trailer, a big horse trailer, or a carved trailer.
hiking or inside, there's no doors open. It's just kind of, neat to see a Florida plate, on the other side of the country, stuff we see all the time.
But we wanted to include this.
There's the pickup truck right there. There's the pickup truck right yonder. I don't know if you can see that or not, boys, but there's a pickup truck. And right on the side here is a red giant trailer. Big enough to put that dang van in if they wanted to and trailer it home. I don't know. These people might be innocent. These people might have heard gunshots. That door is open on the pickup truck. The door is open on the pickup truck, the passenger side. Who are them people? What were they doing there?
In the video, just in any way.
There ain't nobody on the right-hand
that
side.
We can help and get this out there to be able to find Gabby Petito.
Here
So
comes
if
the
you
big
hear
S
it, if
curve.
you know anything.
Okay, now the video that I seen, which ain't this video, I seen the original video that a gentleman put out on his channel, and he stopped it right here. How do I know? Because I recognize this tree in the video that he showed. What he did was stopped it right here. He moved the frame over a little bit, zoomed in, and you can see Gabby's van back here, clear as day. You could just see a white speck right now in the video. The original video that I seen, the guy did his homework and he did it right. He freeze framed it, the video, and then blew that frame up. And you can see Gabby's van with the door open clearly. And I thought it was a shadow at first because see, all the shadows are casting onto Gabby's van from the trees. Now that door is open right there. I know you can't see that, but if you blow the frame up, you will see that that door is open. I can see it open now. It's open, 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 open,
It's kind of wild.
and it just closed. It just closed.
Like, it's singing a little bit. As we drove past, we actually weren't able to find any sites. So we ended up driving back through, saw it again, like reviews and that.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit.
There's the slippers, a book, and something on top of it.
Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, who's that music?
Okay, here's Gabby's cushion, and on top of that is some kind of a bag or something.
So if anybody can help, I know the FBI is involved. I think we can get this.
So yeah, I think it was open. I don't know, it looks like a gun. It could be a gun. It could be a flashlight. It could be a water bottle. Excuse me. It does look like a gun. Possibly. Possibly. I won't know until they go through all them photos. FBI probably tore that video apart and can tell you exactly what it was. So that's what I'm thinking is who were them people out there? There's a lot of TikTokers that came out and said we were right there parked right next to them. On the other side of the road. But if you look at the satellite photos and the times that they put the videos out in this video, it don't add up. I don't think there was anybody on the right-hand side of the road except for the big giant custom camper that was parked in the beginning of the video on the right-hand side. And that's the only vehicle or camper on the right-hand side of that video throughout the whole video.
I agree, Izzy.
So, I'm saying that we don't know actually where the crime scene was. And there are some professionals out there. Do you understand? Professionals, professional investigators, homicide guys, forensic guys that said there's no way that the markings out there that everyone has been seeing are real forensic evidence markings. They might be markings of the area around where she was found, but actual forensic marks, no, they're not. There's some kind of a marking out there. Now, a month ago, I seen a video where a lady said that they called the wildlife preserve and DNR out there to ask, is it possible that somebody was out there marking something? And the DNR or the wildlife preserve said yes, that them are markings that we put out there because they were tracking some kind of a beetle or a worm that was an invasive species that was eating up trees. And now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm just going by what I heard. Does it make sense? Yes, it does. If you know anything about DNR or wildlife or anything about nature, if you watch nature programs, they do mark certain things that way. So is it possible it was the wildlife people or DNR or whatever? Yes. Tracking something or a fungus or a worm or a beetle. Yes, it's possible. That's my opinion. Now, am I saying that's what happened? No, I'm saying, is it possible? Yes, it is possible that it was wildlife. And she might have been killed in that area, and people saw the big giant orange marks and just figured this is the area. I can't tell you because I wasn't there. And I haven't seen the crime scene photos. So I can't tell you exactly where it was. And if people are saying that's the exact spot, how did they get that information when the FBI hasn't even come out and released that information? You know, usually they come out and say, this is where we found her. This is the exact area. You know, they might have. Maybe I missed something, but I haven't seen no FBI's getting out there saying, hey, this is what we got. Why? Because it's an ongoing case. And just like other crimes cases on social media, YouTube, somehow this information gets out before the case has even been solved or anyone's been charged. You know, that's why I'm sitting back going, well, wait a minute. This is an ongoing case. They haven't even caught Brian. And they're still investigating it. The FBI came in on it, but yet all this information has been leaked. And we don't have no FBI agents or forensic people or sheriffs on TV saying this is what we have, this is all true, and this is what, So I don't know. I was thinking it could have happened in the van, and and he took off and thought maybe he couldn't be in the van, so he went and stayed somewhere else. Maybe the campers that were there. Maybe he made up a story saying, "Oh, well, we're fighting or whatever," and she was dead. And then she might have woke up. You know what I'm picturing? You guys familiar with the Chris Watt case? If anyone's watching this, can you hit yes? Is anyone familiar with that case? In that case, Chris Watts said he killed the whole family. They were all dead before they even were put in the vehicle. But yet, in the video, you can see a shadow of a little girl running up to him. You can see a shadow of something underneath the truck. It looks like a little person shadow running up to Chris Watts. He bends over and picks her up. Now, if it was true what he said and the whole family was dead before he even put them in the truck, that means she came back to life. She wasn't actually dead all the way. And I was getting the same thing, thinking, good God, what if he killed her in the van? He got out of there. He didn't want to be around the body. It was freaking him out. So he walked down to maybe them people's, whoever was there, or maybe just tried hitchhiking out of there. And she woke up in a daze and stumbled out there and just fell over there and maybe died. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And if you got a good forensic team and an investigator, they'll take them footprints out there that were supposedly leading all the way from the van to where she was, barefooted. It's possible, people. Chris Watts, are you talking about he told later he killed them in the field, then dumping them? Or was the Are you talking about Chris Watts or Brian? Yes? Okay. Well, there was statements that he made in video saying that he killed the whole family before he even put them in the van or the truck. That's his words on the videos that are out, that he killed all three of them before he even put them in the truck. And the mother was killed already in the back seat, covered up with a blanket or something. And he told the one little girl that came back to life, supposedly, she asked, is mommy okay, or is his sister okay, or whatever? But that video could have been a lie. Yeah, it might have been hey, that might have been the story. She killed them, he killed her. But here's the main thing: Chris Watts didn't kill himself. He got rid of the bodies. That makes him a murderer, even if it was Shannon that did it. That makes him a murderer. And for him to even put his little girls in an oil tank is very disturbing, people. Very disturbing. Very disturbing. So, that's just my opinion. Witchery, sorcery, demons, evil, all real. Gotta be. And that only explains why we're dealing with these people in our country. Anything is possible in a murder case. And we'll see what happens after they release all the information, all the evidence, all the DNA, everything. I think there was more than just one person in on the Gabby Petito case. I think other people knew. And I think other people helped them. You know. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Is it possible he killed her in the van, left, and in the middle of the night she walked out there, stumbled out there by herself without her shoes on? Or maybe lost a shoe? Yes. If he carried her all the way out there by himself, barefooted, that still leaves a footprint that he was there. Because if we get his foot size and then we take casting of the footprints out there and they match, and in some of them clay areas, there actually might be footprints, just like fingerprints. The bottom of the foot has a direct print. Well, the cops, I guess there's videos out there saying that the parents of Gabby were ex-cops. Law enforcement. There's a lot we don't know on this case yet. I want her x-ray to see if the body was in good enough condition and it wasn't tore up by bears or animals. X-rayed for any kind of a chip, anything that should not be in that flesh in her body. No, we want to cover all cases, and that's the way we got to start looking at forensics now. All this talk about computer chips now that people bring up. Okay, well, x-ray the body. Make sure there ain't nothing in that body that shouldn't be there. Yes. Yes, Miss Travels. Yes. She's right. Once they release what happened, then we will be able to tell exactly, do our scenarios that all of us have been making up. Making up meaning running through scenarios of what could have happened. Not that we're nuts, not that people are crazy of thinking that way. That's how cases are solved, is thinking of any way that someone could have did this, any way someone could have left proof, a signature, you know. You have to think of all kinds of scenarios. Could Brian Laundrie actually be dead? Someone killed him. Possible. Could he have killed himself? Possible. Could he still be alive? Possible. Could he be in Florida still? Possible. But he would be more of an idiot. He'd be on America's Most Wanted criminals, idiots. Is it possible, though, that he's still at home in his backyard in a bunker underneath? Yes. Anything is possible. Excuse me. If I'm too loud, please comment you're too loud. I can't hear nothing, so there must be no video. Can anyone hear me? Hello? All right, I guess I just did. You can hear me? Okay, it's not showing up in my meter. Usually it shows up my YouTube meter. I was going to say I just did an hour of rambling to myself. Oh, God. The whole time I've been talking, I'm not seeing my meter moving. It is on my interface, but on my YouTube, it's not. Maybe they canceled me out. Miss Travels, wait, are you a woman? Let me ask, because I've been having a lot of people come on my channel that are women, but used to be men. And I don't want to offend anybody. Are you a real woman, or are you a man that became a woman? Yes, you're a real woman, or you're a man. Can you just type in W for woman, M for man? Real. Not a computer generated beautiful woman, a real intelligent woman with a brain. Woman. Okay. All right. I was just wondering. I get a lot of these people on my channel. It don't bother me, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't talking to one of the guys. You know, I start, you know, next thing I know, it's a beautiful woman. And she's like, no, I'm a woman. And I'm like, you could have told me that before I started talking to you, like you were a man. I don't know. But is it Lena? I can't, the print is kind of small. Lena Fame Travels. Do you mind if I just call you Miss Travels? Tired of news talking about nothing new but Brian. I'm not done talking about Gabby. No, well, you know, go ahead. Go feel free, girlfriend. Express yourself. You know, it's like a Rob Thomas song. You know, don't get me started, girl. Go on, talk. Explain what do you think about Gabby. Do you think Gabby might have been involved in something that was she wanted to get away from? I'm sorry, I'm snapping my fingers. It's going to break into some Rob Thomas. Don't want to be lonely no more. Open up to me like you do your girlfriends. Want to be lonely no more. Go on, explain yourself. Absolutely. You think maybe she was involved? Excuse me, I'm smoking a cigarette. She might witness Brian shooting the gay couple. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Travels. You are right. That is possible. She might have. Well, you know, when I seen the video of her crying in the back of the police car, my heart broke. My heart broke. To me, it looked like she wanted to. She was happy to get away from him, and if they would have took her to the station, I feel like she probably would have opened up and said, "This guy's a nutso," but she didn't, and that makes me feel maybe she knew more than she was telling people, and she just couldn't handle it no more, and she was going to snap. She could have, this younger generation, they like these bad boys. I have nightmares of waking up almost of Gabby and Brian being like a Bonnie and Clyde. That maybe Gabby, I don't know. It's crazy. Because the Gatorade bottle reaction. Can you fill me in a little bit, Miss Travels, on that? The Gatorade bottle recreation or reaction? Am I seeing that right? Are you talking meth? Were they on meth? It's possible. The two girls, the Moab girls that were killed out there. Supposedly, there's videos out there saying that they were into drugs, and there was drugs found in the van, white powder, cannabis, and other things, I guess. What is, ma'am? Do you think there was something in that she said she only drinks water and it was a Gatorade bottle? Brian hates bottled water, so he hates plastic bottles in general. Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Ma'am, I think their whole thing was by the by the killed couple, they saw a pile of Gatorade bottles. Ma. Okay, I see what you're getting at. There was a bunch of Gatorade bottles and the police were holding, there's rumors out there, Miss Travels, that Brian and Gabby were on medication. Now, I don't know if that's true. Could she have thought maybe the police had something to, is that what you're trying to say? Maybe the police had something to do with the Moab girls being killed because of all the Gatorade bottles around it? Or could they have been a mobile meth ring? I thought that too. Maybe they were cooking meth. I've done some research on it. It's called the shake and bake meth, where they put it in these plastic bottles, Gatorade bottles, and they shake it up. And then when they're done with it, they empty the crap out. I guess, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Fill me in, Miss Travels. You seem like a very beautiful, intelligent woman. Are you of age? No. I got people commenting on my videos and they're dating. They click on it and it's a dating site. I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying to be serious here. Trying to be serious. Although it's kind of funny, but no. Miss Travel, tell me your theory of what you think might have occurred. Do I think maybe he killed her in the van? She might be right. No, I think Brian might kill them because of how disrespectful they were to the nature, throwing plastic bottles on the ground. Good God, he might have been a tree hugger. Oh, there ain't nothing worse than a tree hugger killer. Good God. She's right though. He could have been upset. No, don't worry about the typos. I'm not the brightest man on this earth. This travels. Trying to type fast. Now take your time, sweetie. Take your time. Feel free to express yourself on this channel. Let me entertain you why you type and let me know your theory, because there is no wrong theory. There is no wrong scenario in a murder case. Gabby just paused and looked at the Gatorade. She might have been trying to give a signal to the police saying maybe she remembered something. She could have. She could have been in a drug induced thing. If they had drugs, the Moab girls, if they had drugs on them and in their van and Brian was there, killed them, got the drugs, he could have been slipping it to Gabby and she wouldn't even have known. She could have been thinking she lost her mind. Is that what you're thinking, Miss Travels? Maybe something like that. Maybe it triggered something in her mind. It could have hypnosis. I don't know. There's books out there's videos out there saying he was a Satan worshiper. Evil, witchery. I don't know. You know what? I'm a friend of the woman. I've never hit a woman in my life. You just don't do that, you know. I've been hit by women, but I've never hit a woman in my life. I've never had to hurt a woman or do anything to a woman to have a sexy relationship with her. So I don't know what kind of people they were. Uh, they both might have been had disabilities. Yes, Miss Travels. I think you're right. Something I don't even know anything about. Hey, you want me to go ahead and pray to God? I'll pray to God, you know. Uh, but this devil stuff, I have no idea anything about it. It's bad, I know that, but I couldn't tell you how to conjure a Botska Boop or Beads of Bop. If my life depended on me, you might as well kill me right now because I don't know anything about this old ancient ways. And that's what it is, ancient things. Are you talking about the photo of Brian's bedroom with the picture, Miss Travels? Well, he's obviously was not a believer. Are you talking about Brian, Miss Travels? He thinks we came from apes. Miss Travels, I don't think we came from apes. Me or Brian? Melonhead Brian? Brian? Me? No, you don't come from. You look pretty beautiful in your photo. I don't think his Instagram pictures. Brian, oh, I was going to say you look like a beautiful woman in your photo and that I can see. You don't, I don't know. No, not me, Brian. All right. All right, Brian. Yeah, I seen his photo. He could be Satan worshiper or something. I'm okay looking. I really can't see your photo too much because I got you on my small TV. I should put you on my big screen and then I'd be able to see, but it looks like you long brownish or black hair without me getting right up on it and looking. Yeah, from here you look beautiful. You know, no, you don't look like an ape. No, not at all. From what I can see here, I'm okay looking. Okay, I'll trust you. I believe you. I'll look you up if you want later. It's an old photo. Thank you. All right, that's okay. That's all right. You still look beautiful, even in the photo. It's an old photo. That's all right. Do you have any more scenarios? Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I'm a single man. You know, that's, excuse me for that burp. If you have any more scenarios, let me know. He thinks people came from apes. Brian does. Well, yeah, if you're going out killing people, only an animal does something like that. So Brian might be. Me? No. It's created by God. And I was raised to be a straight man. And I like vagina. Now, Brian, only an animal goes out and kills like that. So Brian might be a species from ape. And I miss travels if I upset you at all and said anything rude. My apologies. But that's just what I'm feeling. Only an animal could do something like that. Not a human, godly person. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Am I wrong? Feel free, Miss Travels, to take your time and type your little heart out. Explain what you think. There's no wrong theories. I think Gabby was dead way before they think. I think he had her phone and she was dead and he was using her phone. And I think he had help. I think he had help. You know, all these Vannon people, they stick together. It's like a small rolling community. You know, I don't know. Anyone else with any theories, any opinions on the case, feel free to comment as much as you want. There is no wrong theory, and I take nothing off of a crime case. And everybody's suspects, even the family. Yeah, he might have snapped. Miss Travels says he might have snapped just like Chris Watts and either shot her or strangled her in the van. Then his parents helped him clean it all out. She's good. I like this girl. I'd have her on Deli Force if she's single. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to get your Johnny Kramer Association Deli Force Team One Black Ops t-shirts at Dave Levine's guitar channel. You can also get Dave Levine's very good t-shirts. And that's for real, Miss Travels. I do have my own line of t-shirts out with Dave Levine. But anyways, dang you, Dave Levine. But back to the case. Yes, Miss Travel is right. He could have snapped just like Chris Watts snapped, killed the whole family, went to go put the whole family in his pickup truck like Chris Watts, and his own daughter wakes up from death and comes running up to him. When I seen that video, I was like, oh, good God. This is a movie. This is an Exorcist movie. Could you imagine doing something like that? Well, he did. And that's what he said. He said he killed the whole family before he put them in the vehicles. And one of them came back to life. Good God, I would have shit my pants. Excuse my language. I would have crapped my pants right there. Good God, I would have got on my knees and prayed to God, please forgive me, Lord. I had nightmares about that. Waking up going, that sick SOB. How could, oh my God. Same thing with Gabby's case. You know, you don't sleep good. You watch these videos. It's possible Miss Travels is right and he killed her in the van and she wasn't dead. And she got up and stumbled out there looking for help and then just collapsed and died right there. It's possible. There's no other footprints around there and only one set of barefoot. And if she was found barefoot, if you got a good forensic team, they'll put castings on them footprints. You know, if it's true that they said there was footprints out there, we are trying to make sense of it. That's why these cases are so fascinating. You're right, Miss Travels. You're right. But these probably there's probably no sense in anything. There's no sense in an evil killer's mind. Rapist, you got to see if she was raped. See if the other Moab girls were raped. You know, see if it was a killing, a biker killing. Well, because there's rumors that the Moab girls rode Harleys or had a Harley Davidson. It's possible. They could have been maybe belonged to a biker gang out there. Anything is possible. Feel free, people, to voice your opinion on my channel. This ain't a channel where I'm going to say, no, you're wrong. Anything is possible. If you told me it was the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz and you had proof of it, and I looked at the photos and said, yep, that's a flying monkey from The Wizard of Oz. They've been out of work. They might be flying around killing people. I don't know. But I'd believe anything right now. Yes, another scenario could be Brian witnessed something and now scared, hiding. Very true. That's very true, Miss Travels. I like her. And she says she looks good. And there's nothing more better than a woman with a brain. My apologies. Let me get back to the case. Uh-oh, I just got a pop-up live. Solve a cold case with us. Come catch. Oh, it's Sabian and Lauren. No, Sabian and Lauren are getting back into the crime case thing, I guess. I hope they're doing good. I subscribe to them. I hope he's doing good. So, yes, another scenario could be Brian. Yeah, she's right. She is right. Hey, there's an old timer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DNA Records 8756309 Bones. Sir, meet Miss Travels. She's been voicing her opinion. Oh, yeah, I'm behaving on my best. I think, ask Miss Travels. I think I am. Yeah, I'm being good. Although I did, well, maybe, I don't know. But, anyways, yeah. But no doubt he abused her, though. Oh, he probably did. He probably abused a lot of women. He probably had a lot of girlfriends. I'm thinking Gabby, could he have been having sex with someone and Gabby found out? Could have been. DNA Records 875633209 Bones. Good to see you, sir. I'm glad you crawled your way out of your cow's ass. I hope your wife's doing better, but you might want to get her some help. Miss Travels, I was working on another case that involved Mr. DNA Records and his wife. Balding at 23. Isn't it too early? I'm in my fifth. I'm gonna be like the women. I'm 52, okay, or so, and I'm starting to go bald. At 23, is it common? Not really, but it does happen. It's possible. Could he have been older than what he even appeared? Yes, yes. He could have snuck over here and had a family. Say it was him and paying him from. He could have been from some other country, and we wouldn't even known it. She's doing a lot better. Well, that's good, DNA. Miss Travels, I was working on a case, and it involved a missing husband, which was DNA Records, and his wife, who was Ashley. Uh, and his wife told me that they had 365 acres of land, 200 head of cattle, and her husband was missing. And there was a photo of a cow with 2 feet sticking out of its ass. So we did find her husband. He's here now. DNA Records. That's what I thought at first. He looked like from one of those Muslim countries. Yes, ma'am. There's nothing wrong with that. Ma'am, there's nothing wrong. There's some beautiful women from the Muslim countries. Are you Muslim? You don't look Muslim. You look very beautiful in the photo that I see. Let me get my glasses and let me check this out real quick. I want to make sure it's a woman. I've done that before, been talking to people and thinking they're men. And then they say, I'm a woman. Yeah, good God, I was just talking about, I sat on my testicles. Looking good there, Miss Travels. Looking real good. Meow. Brrr. But let's get back to the case. You're European. Oui, oui. Mamma mia. Ah, mamma mia. All right, let's get back to the case. Let's get back to the case. So, any other scenarios of what could have happened to Gabby Petito? I think she was a victim of a controlling idiot and something bigger. I think Brian might have been involved in. Could it have been a sex ring? Could it have been fake accounts? I thought I seen Gabby's photo on some kind of a dating advertising thing that I got an email sent to me in spam mail or something. Some dating site where someone sent me a email saying they seen my photo when it got hacked, when my computer got hacked and my photo was put everywhere. And I thought I could have swore I seen her face on the one where she's wearing that stocking hat, that construction hat. Could they have been mixed up in something? You know, could they have been? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. They had to make money. There's reports that they were on the road for 7 months, a year. You know, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it was, where were they getting their money? There's reports that they were always fighting about money. It could have been. Hey, Ricky Compton, how you doing? I'm glad your little daughter's doing good. Miss Travels, that's Ricky Compton. He usually comes here when a beautiful woman comes on my channel. Get out of here, Ricky. She's mine. Get out of here. Just joking, Miss Travels. Just joking. Does anyone else, to my knowledge, it was her money all the way. But that's what I'm thinking, Miss Travels. Maybe she had a YouTube account. She might have been making money off of YouTube too. Am I too loud? If I'm too loud, let me know. I'll turn my mic down. I don't want to sound like an idiot. Am I sounding like an idiot? Okay. Good, Miss Travels. Thanks for letting me know that. Sometimes I get people on my channel and they're not honest with me. They let me make a fool out of myself. It's all in good fun. Buddies. That's what buddies do. Oh, Ricky Compton's, you've got a good point there, my friend. He could have been pimping her out. He could have been. What is wrong with the world today with these women? How do they get their money? The root of it all, money. Money. Why can't they just want an idiot like me? A Shrek that they can mold into a great man. Behind every great man is a woman. Am I right, Ricky Compton? Am I right? Behind every great man is it. Look at Ricky. Ricky's got a great wife. She buys him guitars. That's a good woman. any other theories out there. He showed no emotion attachment to her at that traffic stop. You know, I've seen some videos of them and they just don't seem like they were that emotional. Usually, when I'm with a woman and I'm really in love with a woman, you show affection. Your hands are always constantly over her. You're constantly commenting her. You can't get enough of her. I mean, that's how I was with some of the women that I dated. And in their videos, they just don't look like they're that kind of a couple. They seem distant. They almost seem like she's a kidnapped, a hostage. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, to me, it's almost like he was a terrorist and he was holding her hostage and pimping her out, maybe. So I won't be surprised. Those kisses in her video on her YouTube look like they are forced by her. Maybe. I think when they find him, he will be dead. He will have offed himself. He's that kind of punk. He might have. I don't know. You know, I've never killed anybody, so I don't know if I would be able to kill myself. Excuse me. So I don't know. It'd be hard for me to kill someone. No, I probably would if they were trying to hurt my family or a woman I was in love with. But just to go out and kill people because they don't agree with you or something like that, that's a totally different thing. You know, I might be able to kill to protect, but just to go out there and kill, I don't know. Time to quit smoking. Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I got no authority around me, Miss Travels. Meaning I'm single now. You know, I got no one saying, no, you can't do that. I don't want you to do that. No. So it's hard for me to quit smoking. I don't know if you can understand. I know I should have a strong enough will to do it myself. But I'm usually around women or have a woman, and usually the woman keeps me in line. That's what women were made for, is to keep us idiots in line. I have no doubt that he even exists. Sure, he could be guilty. That's why he split. You know, yeah. So, yeah. Well, I've been doing a lot of talking too today. My throat's all dry. Yeah, if he was innocent, he should have stayed there and explained his story. Listen, we came across somebody and they must have killed her, uh, or it was an accident. Something happened, um, you know, and he would have stayed or turned himself in if he was innocent. I would have. Are you kidding me? If I had nothing to do with anything, and I know deep in my heart and in my head that, I had nothing to do with anything, I would have called the police myself. Come on over, let's talk. If you're completely innocent, him taking off, you know, nah, it didn't make it look good, but he could have been so scared. Like Miss Travels was saying, excuse me, He could have been wrapped up into something or seen something he shouldn't have seen. And he panicked and took off. That's possible, but he should do the right thing, turn himself in, explain his story. If the evidence shows that he didn't kill her, well, he's a free man. Yeah, this ain't like he used to live there or something, and then mysteriously he moves and, you know, he did something wrong and lived there for, he just showed up there in a van, possibly with a dead body that she could have been dead for a while. No, you're not blocked. Who's blocking Miss Travels? Cut it out, guys. Who blocked her? Will you guys please stop blocking her? She's a beautiful woman from Europe. Oui, monsieur. I forget these idiots I have on my channel as monitors. Forgive them, for they not know true beauty when they see it. No, you're not blocked, Miss Travels. Could have his parents of could have his parents have fed him because he is an idiot. We're all idiots, ain't we, somehow? There is what I said. You mean fed them food? Sure. They could have been feeding them with money. Could have been a giant sex ring. Killed in other worlds. What? Kill Ed. Other worlds. Good God, Miss Travels. Are you okay? It's being blocked. No, you're not. It could be one of my mods. Good God. Oh, kill Ed in other words. Oh, yeah. Well, she could be. It's being blocked. I don't think so. Maybe Miss Travels. I don't know. Because of words of violence. Oh, maybe Miss Travels. But I can still see your comments. I spaced on purpose. Oh, okay. Good God, woman. Quit toying with my emotions. Just joking, Miss Travels. Anything's possible. Yeah, he should have just told the truth. If he knew something, but he don't. You know what? It's possible someone killed Brian and Gabby and Brian's body is somewhere else. It's possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Wouldn't you say that, Miss Travels? Mr. Compton, would you say anything is possible in a sick case like this. Exactly, Ricky. Exactly, Miss Travels. Someone could have been following them and killing as they went along. If anything is possible. The only thing we could do is wait for the FBI to come out with all the proof and say we are charging these people with murder one, accessory to a crime, cover up of a crime. Here's the proof we got, and come out and show us. These are some sick, twisted people in this world. I know, Ricky. I'm just trying to find a beautiful, incredible wife, a woman to spend the rest of my life with. That's all. How did I get wrapped up into this music and crime cases and movie skits? I don't know. I was raised on it. Exactly. Why did they lie? Well, probably, excuse me, parent instinct kicked in, wanting to save their kids, or they were wrapped up into something, or it's like some of the people are saying, being that they worked for district attorneys and ex police, some things could have been swept underneath the rug that we don't know about. You know, there are videos out there saying that she worked for a district attorney, was a secretary for a lawyer or something. Could be, Miss Travels. You could be right about that. Would it shock me? Maybe they were involved in something. Maybe a prostitution ring. Maybe a fake dating site ring, and they were just going around and using it as a front and killing people as they went. I don't know. There's talks of a movie. I don't know. I might do one. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to, though. It's scary stuff. And you hate to make money off of something like this. You know, could it be done? Oh, sure. It'd make a great movie. But here's the thing, is that exactly what it is? Was all this a lie, or to cover up something bigger that was going on? Was it staged? You have to remember, Gabby was not reported missing until September 11th. Does everybody know what day September 11th was? That was the day we were attacked by terrorists. What do you think about Gabby's father smiling, smiley face? It is so weird. You put a beard and a hat on him, and he could pass for a Brian. Her stepdad, the bald one, stockier, shorter, The one that if you put a beard on and a hat, looks like Brian. Her stepdad looked way more sad. Yeah, he did, but something ain't right. Something just ain't right, Miss Travels, with this whole case. Usually, when I get a tingly feeling down below, something ain't right. Oh, wait, that could be just something else. But back to the case. Back to the case. No, they did look sad, but was it sadness or guilt of something? I mean, when I watched the video of them doing the press conference, the two families, uh, to me it looked like guilt. He was lowering his head in guilt or shame that maybe they somebody, I don't know. It could, I don't know. Yes. Yes. I don't know. Was she why didn't she get home? Miss Travels. Why didn't she just call home and say, I'm in trouble? I'm coming home. When the police pulled him over and they split him up and they sent her on her way and him to a hotel, why didn't she just call her family and say, I'm coming home? I'm in trouble. He's a nut job. She didn't. Why? Why didn't she? Can you answer that for me? Because that stumps me. Why didn't she call and say, I'm in trouble? I need to get away from him. It is Ricky Compton. Miss Travels, you might be right about that. You know, dang it, I'm not even married to Miss Travels. I've never met her or I'm not even dating her. And she's right. Dang it. I'll tell you, women these days, they are intelligent. Yeah, Gabby probably did go through some stuff. Uh, why they were splitting up. Why did they split up? Was Gabby being abused before she even ran into Brian? These are things we have to think of. I know dogs on the case. The bounty hunter. I wish I could be out there with you, dog. You're out in the sun. Looks like you're getting a good tan. I wish I could be out there with you hunting for this scumbag. But I'm retired now. She had a she had the female's phone for a moment, but didn't seem to get anyone on the call. She just held it for a while and gave it back to a female ranger. Did she even call home? Something is fishy about this case. You know, she could have been under a spell. Did they really, Ricky? Who did she try and call? I don't know if the police were doing their job once they left. The police should have hit redial. to see if that she actually called the parents. How can nobody care about this woman? She was a beautiful 22-year-old or 23-year-old woman. How could nobody care? Why would nobody care is the question. Ricky, did it sound good? Did the dog bark sound good? I've been working on my sound effects, Ricky. Now they pretend to care. Yeah, exactly, Miss Travels. Exactly. You know, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. If that was my daughter, I'd be, oh man, unreal. Yeah, maybe she was trying to get away from it all. You know, she was 22. She had a job before she went on her travels. Yeah, there is, Ricky. Yeah, Miss Travels, meaning her family. Yeah, you're right about that. You know, divorce is hard on kids. Probably a young girl, yes. When my parents went through a divorce when I was a young kid, I was a young teenage boy, 13, 14, 15. So I really didn't know anything about it, but I really didn't care because I was so wrapped up into school, girls, football, hanging out with my friends afterwards. But to a young girl, it probably was hard for her. Yeah, it probably was hard for her. You know. No pork rings and Pepsi tonight, Johnny. Nope. No, I'm going to make me a Cal shake here in a little while here. a kale, celery, and strawberry shake. Let's see what Miss Travels had to say. And Gabby was an alpha in their relationship, so eventually those men snap. Well, men, they want to be the alpha male. They want to be the breadwinner. Uh, and when a good-looking woman comes along and is capable of taking care of herself and doing things and paying for things, well, that probably gets on a man's thing. But me, I'd be like, "Yeah, go for it, sweetie. Go right ahead. Make your money, girl, as long as it's legal. You know, you want to run the show? Here you go. Here's the checkbook. Run the show, sweetie. Go ahead. Please do. Some women feel more of a woman running the show. That don't bother me. Especially after the cops made him a victim in public. Yeah, she probably felt horrible, uh, thinking that it was her fault. And I've seen videos out there where they say she was very bossy. That's, hey, you were supposedly dating her for 7 years. You should have known she was a little bit bossy the first month you were dating her. You know, you probably would have known she had OCD the first couple months you were dating her. Am I wrong, Miss Travels? You don't date someone for 7 years and then finally say, well, she's compulsive and she's controlling. No, that's probably something a real man that was interested in her probably spotted right off the bat. This is a very controlling woman and she likes to run the show. And a woman like that, you just give the keys to her and say, here you go, sweetie. Call me if you need me. Just call me if you need anything. All right, honey, here you go. Just go. You know what, Ricky? The new Boss guitar pedal that I just got from Guitar Center, the GT3, I'm telling you, it don't sound bad. And it's old. The Boss GT3, that's an old effects processor, and it still sounds pretty good. It ain't no Dave Levine pedal board, but the effects on it, I don't know if you can see it down there. I got it all hooked up. I got it running into my little 5-inch studio monitor, Yamaha. So it still sounds pretty dang good. Yeah, I wiped it all down with antibiotic wipes and bleach to make sure to kill any of that coroni. Don't want to get none of that coroni-roni. Yeah, that cop did make her feel like made. Yeah, I agree with Miss Travels. The cops did make her feel at first like she was the person to blame, that she struck him. Do I think they'll find Brian? I don't know. My opinion, he's probably out of America. My opinion, if he stayed in America, he's dumber than what everybody thought he was. My opinion is he probably got out of America. But is it possible that he's still in the USA? Yes, it's possible. He could be in Mexico. He could be. It's like that one guy that they're looking for, named Matt or Matthew or Maverick or whatever, goes social media or whatever. Yeah, he could have went to Canada. Hopefully them maples up there, keep an eye out for him. You know, hopefully they keep an eye out for him. But he could be in Mexico, or he could have jumped on a plane and took off to the old country, wherever he's from, ancestors or whatever. You know, the old country. It's possible. Did we lose Miss Travels? Did I say something to upset her? Well, maybe she's just listening. Yeah, he's had enough time. He could be anywhere. You know, there's nothing like a good crime case and a beautiful woman to watch it with or talk about it. You know, come on, that's stimulating to some of these women with brains. You know, some women like doing this kind of stuff, investigating a case or watching these crime cases. You know, yeah. But here's the thing. I got to shut this video off here. It's at 2 hours. It's a shame such a young, beautiful woman had to die like that. If he didn't want her, he should have let her go. If he didn't. Oh, yeah. Good God, they break up. You know, there's a video out there that I seen today where someone said that he broke up with her and left her and someone killed her and it wasn't him. Is that possible? It's possible. It is possible. We won't know until they're done with the case. But here's the thing. I'm going to shut this. Oh, Miss Travels is back. His face is too noticeable. The people all over the world will turn him in as soon as they spot him. You would think so. But if he's some prince from another country, and his name's who knows, if he's got a lot of money, he might be bribing his way. Don't turn me in, I'll give you $5,000. You know, who knows? I don't know. Is it possible? It is. But Miss Travel, Ricky Compton. I gotta shut this video. Miss Travels, do you have any crime scene videos on your channel? Miss Travels, do you sing? No, I do not. Do you sing? I I don't do videos currently. Okay. I didn't know if you are a singer. You know, I sing and play guitar and stuff. Which you, Miss Travels, you can see my music videos. If you scroll all the way down, hit videos, you'll see my music videos of cover songs. So I wasn't sure if you were uh, a crime investigator channel or um, a singer or a model. I don't know. From here, you look very beautiful. Uh, and be safe, Miss Travels. Ricky Compton, as always, I'm glad the family's doing good. Be safe. Am I missing anyone else? Ricky, Miss Travels. Oh, DNA Records. DNA Records 875632009. Sir, I'm glad you are alive. I'm glad your wife's doing good. Yes, please do, Miss Travels. I'm not the best, but I do my best. And maybe I'll be back later tonight. Maybe not. But you guys have a great night. Be safe. Especially you beautiful women out there. Be safe. These idiots are killing all these beautiful women. You know, good God, I'm not, I just need one beautiful wife. That's all. I'm a travel channel, but not doing it now. That's why Gabby's case hit close to home. Sure, it should be hitting close to all you women that travel and are beautiful, and especially you vanning ladies. Good luck with what? I ain't never gonna find a wife. I'm all wrapped up into this YouTube crap. Yes, good luck on your travels too, Miss Travels. Be safe. Ricky Compton, as always, great talking to you again. DNA, have a good night. Say hello to your wife. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. And remember, anything is possible in a murder case. Anything. And there are no bad scenarios or theories. Good night.